Alright, so we should be alive now. So, currently have two people online. That's good enough for me. So, desktop, and I'm going to get back to going. So, to begin with, this is where we're currently at after last week's complete mess. Oh, perhaps I'm showing that too early. So, after last week's mess we had, whereby I spent about 3/4 of the stream working on some dependency issues, I'm now able to get the app to launch with the split code base, whereby we have CAN frames in one folder, firmware stuff specific to the Tinsy controller in here, Gearbox code which is common between both the simulator and the real controller in here, and the simulator stuff here. So that's all well and good. Now also added was a simulator replay mode whereby I can actually replay data from CAN dump files, which are basically log files, on here, which is really handy. I'm just going to quickly upload this to my adapter. 1 second. Cool. Wrong adapter. I've got two I've got two A0s by back in us. It's always hard to tell which one's which when dealing with software. Let's put that in here. By the way, chat, could you tell me if the music is, if you can actually hear it? In theory, you should be able to. See, does that work? Ah, yes, of course it won't work because the real ECU is currently plugged in. Let's just fix that. Out you come. Cool, so this should be default functionality. Yes, okay. This is working. So I don't know if you can tell from this window. Oh, I don't actually know how easy this is for you guys to read depending on what you're on.
How much you know about implementation.
Yeah, we're just gonna skip that song. I currently have a CAN frame view, so this is just basically showing all the CAN frames that my application sends. A lot of them are just set to zeros because I've blanked them and I'm not doing anything with them yet. And then there's also this chart down here showing from 0 to 255, which is fully on each solenoid. So you've got Y5, Y4, Y3, torque converter, modulating pressure, shift pressure. If I put this in reverse, you should see a red line pop up telling me that that's come online, but then for some reason nothing seems to happen. It seems to get stuck in reverse, so I need to work on fixing that. So that should be the first thing for today, would be to fix that. So it'd be somewhere in the Gearbox firmware. I believe it's under Shift API. So I basically began writing a simple API for changing gears. So I'm going to quickly work on that. Oh, we currently have 4 viewers. Welcome, new viewer, to the chat. I think what we're going to do is we're going to nuke this and create a new Shift API. Because a lot of this was... Hey Vlad! You doing well? It's good to see you again. By the way, quickly, I want to mention, because this is a demo PCB, so I don't really care, I'm going to switch to full CAN. So, this is the stock NAG52 controller. I'll explain more about what's happened here. If you look at the CPU, it looks a bit dead. I'll explain what happened in a second. But this used to be the stock TCM connector, which would plug onto this, and then that would plug into the housing, which I have somewhere near me. 1 second, let's see if I can locate it. No, it's gone missing as usual with these things. They tend to go missing. This is a first iteration of the PCB that I want to use for this, and unfortunately this doesn't quite fit. The holes on here and here don't exactly match up, which is somewhat disappointing, but I've tweaked the design and sent revision 2 off for development, so that should be here hopefully by next Friday. And I have, because JLPCB is weird like this, the minimum order is 5. You can at most do 5. And I should also mention a lot of the traces and pads in this don't work, so I can't even use it if I wanted to. It's just my bad was designing the PCBs. As for how this mess happened, this is actually melted. Yeah, I melted the CPU on this by accidentally running 30 volts across here from my power supply over here, which is, well, it's off camera, but I brushed one of the leads on it whilst it was still connected to ground, and 30 volts goes straight through here. And yeah, caused a bit of fire. And then I had a bit of additional fun with it after that because there was no hope in reviving this, so I then decided to purposely set like 90 volts to all 4 sides and see what would happen. The answer was it goes red hot and starts melting. So that's something we didn't know. So, let's actually begin with working. Let's discard this entire Shift API I began writing, and let's go ahead and create a new one, because I feel like that's the best way to do this on stream. Okay. And we don't need any of these. And let me go to Shift API CPP and begin deleting all of this crap that we don't need. Bye bye. There we go. So, I'm thinking we create a enum class for appropriating shift responses. So the API can basically say yes, it's going to shift gear, no, it's not going to shift gear, and give any reason as to why it couldn't. So let's call that a shift response. And we say okay. So this would be shift OK has started. So I'm gonna say RPM out of, I'm just gonna say RPM too high and RPM too low. Error engine RPM is too high. Redlining. So this is, for instance, if the API wants to shift down from third to second, but like you're already at redline in third gear, so it would discard that. And now RPM too low is the opposite. Shift in progress. We need that as well to say currently shifting. So that's currently shifting gears. We cannot change gears. Generate definition for this, and create that as a pointer. By the way, let me know if the stream cuts out for you. I'd be curious to see if, well, I'd be curious to see exactly how latency-wise it's doing. Also, apologies if I do sound a bit on the weather, so to speak. I have had the AstraZeneca COVID vaccine, and to be fair, I had a nasty reaction to that. I mean, I wouldn't say nasty is the right way to describe it. I'll just say you felt like you were under the weather, and I'm still feeling a bit kind of iffy from it. Like, just sleepy. And to be fair, I've had a long day as well, so I don't know if that's also part of the reason why I'm feeling like this. So I doubt we'll go near midnight like I did last week with the stream, but we'll just see how much we get done tonight. So currently shifting gears, and I also need one saying limp mode. So I think this covers our back pretty well. So we've got OK to say that's a positive response, shift in progress, which would mean car is currently trying to change gears, so we can't shift now. Engine RPM too high, engine RPM too low, transmission in limp mode, so that's, you know, broken. You can't shift then. You also need API endpoints for up and down shifting, so we'll say shift response upshift, shift response downshift. Also, we probably want to give it 2 value. No, I'm thinking, do we give it 2 or 1 values for basically defining how the characteristic we want to shift? I think maybe 2 values. So one would be, no, just one. One will do. Harsh. We'll give that a uint. And we'll do the same for torque converter. And this will just be a void. Lock torque converter. And we'll just create an unlock one, in case that's ever needed. I don't know yet. Thanks, Diapachi. That is quite a nice comment you wrote. I like it. And yeah, you don't have to know C++. Like, to be fair, both languages are kind of the same in the way they're structured, so I don't think it would be a necessity for you to, like, know the language. Then we need to begin doing our internal gears. Hey Alex, nice to see you here. Then I'm thinking... So the thing is, on Tinsy there is a library, I'll see if I can bring it up, which does standard threads. Let's see, Tinsy for threads. Let's see if I can find the library. Lol. So I believe there was a real-time OS port for Tinsy 4 somewhere. Yeah, this. Although I don't think this was it, because the one I saw last time was more updated than this. So one second, I'm going to try finding it again. Maybe not, but we can do things differently. So, oh yeah, also private voids. We need to void. No, actually, this needs to return. What type of data type do you need to return? You need to return. One sec, I'm thinking. 16-bit should be fine for this. So, get slip RPM returns difference between we also need to do our current gears, so let me just quickly do a mapping here. No, that's going to get ugly if I do that. Enum class API gear, and we're going to say R1, R2. I have a question regarding C++ GUI frameworks. Have you tried Qt? Yes. I'm not using similar web language. Yeah, Vlad, could you possibly send me a link to the root 3 RTS implementation for Tinsy4? Just paste it in chat. I'd like to see that. Apache, to answer your question, I haven't even written GUI apps in JVM before, apart from Android ones, but they don't technically count. This GUI I'm doing here is based in SDL, which is very lightweight, but has a ton of build dependencies, but I think that's normal for GUI libraries. Anyway, back to here, so we have N, and then D1 to D5. And then we also have so we need gearshift display. I believe JIC was our current gear. Nah, JIC was the target gear. So basically, when the gearbox shifts gears, it basically tells the rest of the car what gear it's going to and what gear it's currently in. Which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. I'm just going to quickly create two voids here, which just basically map API gear to JIC or GZS. Okay, I'll quickly search that up. I didn't know it was so hard to paste links in chat. This. Oh, this repository has been archived. That sucks. Or is there a different one? Oh, it's like, yeah, see, it's archived, that's sad. It means it's dead. Oh well. Yeah, I know, Alex. There must be somewhere. So actually, I'm going to say return is default, gearshift, and there should be a signal not valid. So I'm going to say return gearshift R. No, it doesn't, Alex. This is basically a replacement for Arduino, but it doesn't come with an RTRS as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I'm aware. That's R2, return, gearshift, drive 1, and so on. And this is purely because gearshift can have extra values in it which we don't need. Oh, we're missing neutral as well. We'll do that as well. Neutral and park.
Alright, let's bring that beat back.
Okay, so, and then I also needed one for the other thing, which is GSGs of this. Which is really frustrating because I have to keep going down here and let's implement this, generate function for this, so I'm also going to do a internal gear for what current gear we're in according to this. Switch this gear. Now I believe in my NAG iFace I had this comment here. Here we go, here it is. Showing which sensors are working in which gears. These two here. Then I need to actually also add in another void to do void... I need to do a void to check both speed sensors, so that we can agree or not. Let's do bool RPM sensors agree. So this iFace get in 3 RPM, this iFace get in 2 RPM. And I'm just going to say return true for now, and put a to do here. So R1 can only do... R1 must be N3. So return... Actually, these should be ints. So int get RPM, int get slip RPM. Let's do that. R2 should also be done on N3. P. Ooh, that's a good point. What do we return? What do we return with P? I'm gonna say return 0. And return 0. Because these shouldn't matter, because I don't think I'll ever call them. So we can also move them down to the bottom. So return this iFace get N2 RPM, since N2 is needed for drive 1 now. 2, 3, 4, and N5 is also exclusively done on N2. I think I'll just do N2 for the rest of these, since it can do all the forward gears, and then we'll do error checking later on. Let's do shift timeout as being 5 seconds as well. Shouldn't these N2 and N3 sensors give you the RPM when you are in N and the car is rolling? See, that's what I'm thinking, but at the same time, there's no documentation as to which sensor does that. It's just for when you're in gears. So I wonder if during N and P they're disconnected, so they'll just return 0. Yeah, shift timeout 5000 milliseconds. Cool, I've already got that. So we're going to need some additional gear. We're going to need some additional functions here. Void 1, 2, 2. Void 2, 2, 3. No, this is... Let's actually do a bool reverse. So reverse will mean it goes the other way, where it goes 2 to 3, because it's the same solenoid actuation. Bool reverse. And you win 8 Hartnash. To 3. So these will be called by threads. We also need to get the current gear the car's in. Now, one sec, I'll do that in a bit. Void get 2 to 3. 3, 2, 4, that, and void 4, 2, 5, oop, and all that. So let's deal with the upshift API. Oh, also that's a good point. We need to go ahead and create a couple more functions which will return the gear ratios based on this. Void get gear ratio and API gear A. Oop. It should also return an integer. No, it will be a float actually, not a double. Return R1 rat, return R2 ret return D1 I'll correct these in a sec. D5 4 3 2 and these will return 0. So we'll just be explicit and say that and N both do this and return 0. So how are we going to do this? So I want this to be let's go back here. So int car RPM is equal to ms308.getEnMod. So that's the engine RPM currently. Okay, and we say if current RPM is greater than, oh, we also need a red line RPM, so int red line RPM, and I'm going to set it to 4500 for now, but there's a way for me to get it from the petrol engines. So int in gear RPM, no, next RPM is equal to current RPM there you go, there's gear. And this will only be called in gear 1 to 5, so I only need these. So actually, I'm going to quickly do a quick check here, a couple checks here. So if this is shifting, return shift response shift in progress. Else if this current gear is equal to API gear drive 5, then we shall return OK, because there's no need to do a shift here. So that terminates early, and now we actually have to upshift. This gear. Let me quickly go here and set these values over here, so we can actually even do integer comparisons on them. Actually, no, wait, it already does. I don't need these, so we just have to say 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's shift API gone? If this current gear is smaller or equal to API gear Which one did we say was neutral? Return shift response. We'll say okay to that, but it was an illegal no, because it won't ever set it. And we just won't play if anything. Wait, where is my NAG face? How many people we got online? We got 6 people online, not too bad. Okay, so there's currently no way to get the current, so we need to create a thing here saying get current, get. Actually, I'll make the handlers deal with that. I don't care about what current gear we're in or not. I'm just brainstorming right now. I need to put that there. So basically I'm thinking maybe like 72.6 CTRL, which is an open source existing project. We'll do drive 6 as being a case of just 100% lockup with D5. Maybe, I don't know. So, return SI face, get into RPM. No, that's not right. Good point, Vlad. I didn't actually check that. I think it can be. I personally think it can be because I've seen it work in code, but I don't know if it's just unexpected behavior or if it actually is working like that as intended. So, if we're in drive 1, we want to return... Actually, well, how do we return this? You know what, let's just ignore the rest of these shift responses. RPM, let's ignore the RPM boundaries for now, and it will just say like, okay, I shifted, but it didn't do anything. Let's just do that. So this is shifting equals true. Standard thread and we'll spawn one. Spawn shift thread. What's the syntaxing for doing threads again? Hey Ray. I believe I had one in simulator. Okay, got it. So if I go to Gearbox Shift API, it would be and Shift API. So 1 to 2. This. And as an argument, I'd need harshness. What? Have I done something wrong here? And brake. So what are you working on specifically here, Ray asks? Just brainstorming some logic to see if I can do some gear shifting. 1 to 2, 2 to 3. This would spawn 3 to 4. And this would spawn 4 to 5. Now what's it complaining about here? You can get rid of all that actually. And we'll return shift response okay. Can I run you? No, I can't. Okay, what's going on here? In initialization. What the hell does this mean? Nothing quick Google can't solve? Oh, yes, because I'm not... So this would be false. That, there you go, yeah, but I was just missing an argument. And we're going to do the same for downshift. Downshift, yep, so that's in progress, equal to D1. Return OK. So I can't do anything. So if in drive 1 we don't do anything, because we're already in the minimum gear. So D2 would be 1 to 2, 3 would be 2 to 3, and 4 would be 3 to 4, and we need to add an additional case for D5. And we also need to do a set all these to true to basically say we're going the other way. Oh yeah, of course, we need to actually create a started thread shift thread. Whoops. We'll just quickly label that. So it doesn't destroy the object after allocation. Generate the constructor for this. We go up to the top of the file for that. Shift thread. That's going to be nothing. I don't care what that is. Okay, now let's quickly get the engine RPM on startup.
we all have future pants.
I also need to create an updater function here, so this will just run
And the next
void update. This will just set can data
and the day after that.
from the current shift API. So gs418.set jig this target gear, gs418 set gzs this current gear.
And the day after that.
Oh no, I got these mixed round. Not a problem. Current gear, target gear. So let's begin working on some of the gear changes. So let's do 1 to 2 for now. Void 1 to 2. So
I guess we all have future pants. The pants we're going to wear tomorrow. And the next day. And the day after that.
I'm going to say while. Actually, we need some way of getting milliseconds. Actually, let's do that so it's just in sim mode. Void millis. Actually, that would be long. Unsigned long. Just like it is on Tinsy. Standard chrono. And we need to include chrono as well if we're in sim mode.
And the day after that.
So I believe this would work. Standard chrono duration cast from standard chrono milliseconds. Now dot time since epoch dot count. That should be it. Oh, dot count goes on the outside. Oops. Okay, there we go. So we need to first of all unlock so what we need to do is we need to set another void here for target lock for torque converter. So uint tcc lock. This unlock torque converter. Then for unsigned long start equals millis, then while start is Yeah, while start plus shift timeout is smaller than millis, and then thread, oh this thread, sleep for milliseconds 10. So we're going to need to set this target gear equals GC jig, and because we're going into 2 we'd need D2. Oh, GZC. D2. And then we want to do this current gear is equal to D2. And we also want to open up open SPC and Y3. This iFace set 1 to 255 because it has to be because it's a shift solenoid, and then we'll do this iFace set SPC and we'll set it to harshness for now. Oh yeah, if reverse else. I'm going to actually say harshness over 2 for downshifting just for now, just so we can test this. Hey Reha, nice to see you. But I'm curious if my code will even compile now. Oh yeah, this should be jig and this should be G's. What? Expected unqualified ID before numeric constant. Oh yeah, because I deleted that, so bye bye, you can go. Fine, we'll just call you constant. I don't know why you're doing that. No. Oh boy. It's duplicated. Is it? Okay, let's just change that back to how it was. What do you mean? Oh yeah. Okay. Red line up. I'll lowercase that. Crikey, not this again.
You have reached the voicemail box of Kino.
See, why is it? I had this... Oh yeah, okay, some undefined references because I haven't yet implemented some functions. So let's just finish implementing all those.
Just wait for the tone.
Generate definition. I don't care what these return currently. Okay, we're getting better. So if I go Gearbox Brain, so it seems to be including this header file so many times.
Is not available right now.
But there's an if dev. Why are you doing this?
If you need further assistance, enter pound now. Please leave your name, number, and a message after the tone.
I just feel like giving up on this, not gonna lie. I just feel like giving up on this whole simulator idea and just waiting for me to get a Tinsy and test it all out in hardware, because this is proving to be such a bloody headache. Let's get rid of these two files and see what happens.
Goodbye.
Yeah, of course it won't like that. But it's so strange the way that it seems to include it so many times, even though we have an if dev. This is why I hate C++ so much. Anyone got any ideas? Because I feel like giving up right now. What I really don't understand though is that this worked literally earlier and I just added a couple more functions and now it just doesn't work anymore. Okay, let's take these functions and make them inner to the class. I'm just curious to see if that changes something for whatever reason. We shall do that. Yeah, that would explain it, to be fair, but I didn't know it would include it this many times, even though I had an had a shift a guard. Yeah, it might be a conflict. Let's just check. So if I take these functions out of here and dunk them in this file, in theory that should make it a bit better. So we shall make that shift API, we shall make this shift API as well, and we shall make that shift API. Nope. Okay, fine, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna just say... We're gonna do that. And do up here. Woo, there we go. Okay, that's a bit better. So yes, it was just a case I had things in the header file, which it seems to be including like 600 times, which is a bit strange, but sure we can fix that another time. Okay, so now I need to make that display pop up. Need to create a few more functions here. A void park to reverse. So for all intents and purposes for now, I'm just not even going to check these, I'm just going to set this gs418.set I'm going to do the same for these just whilst we're in these gears. And jig should be this. And we'll do the same here, so these both go to neutral. Oh wait. If reverse, then we're going into reverse. Whoops. Then we're going into park. I'm going to do the same for reverse to neutral. So this would be neutral, neutral, reverse, reverse. And we're going to say here, if reverse, then we're going to drive to neutral. So this would be, yeah, neutral, neutral. Oh wait, should have done this the wrong way. This would be park, park, reverse. I've just realised I've messed this up. R, N, N. And then this would be NNDD. Drive 1. Drive 1. And under Gearbox Brain, I set the speed step. So drive, neutral, reverse, park. Oh, and we also need to set speed step. So speed step is only applicable this GS set SS FPC, I think, was speed step. Or is that the driving program? Oh, it's FSC. GSFSC. Drive. I'll just do this for now. Actually, no, this should be doing it. One sec. Of course, because it's relying on GZS, which is currently set to signal off a variable, so it just wouldn't know. So if I go... Yes, it's currently not setting speed step correctly. By the way guys, I will just say I am feeling really exhausted right now, so I'll probably just cut the stream out in about 10 minutes or so. To be fair, this was probably a mistake. I do feel really bad right now, but you know, it's what it is. And hopefully next week I should be feeling better, so, you know, I should probably take more care of myself. So, going back to this. Jesus, this is definitely that, isn't it? Yeah, so this always runs off a target gear. If I go to vcombi, why aren't you displaying anything? Where is the bit here which displays the gear? It's probably because it's still SNV. So if I change this to say draw drive, if it's default or blank, then I think, yeah, okay. Issue is that this FSC is being set to SNV. So if I just go to Shift API and set the default values here to be park and park, then what happens? Oh, look at that, it works. So I'm just going to do some debug prints here. Printf. Oh, of course, these aren't even being used yet. I'm actually going to do a quick thing with this sports profile. Oh, this is going to create such a conflict. If I do this, it's going to just kill itself, isn't it? Shift API.h and say so I just say go to upshift and we'll set defaults everything to be drive 1. I just want to see if this will shift on startup. Oh, also I've forgotten this. When we're done, we have to set 1, 2 to 0. And same for SPC. See if we just set the default gears on startup to D1. Oh, yep, okay. Nice. Well, it died. Let's debug that. Why is it breaking at the equals operator? Okay, you know what guys, I'm probably going to cut the stream off now. I've kind of got a headache now, so I'm probably going to end the stream, but thanks for this short one, and sorry it is a bit short. Hopefully next week I should be feeling better, so, you know, we live and learn. Anyway, see ya.